Right guys, aiming a catapult, easiest thing in the world to do. Essentially what you're doing is drawing your catapult back 90 degrees from the ground, perpendicular with you, and sighting down them bands. Just like the barrel of a gun. Just like that. In theory, your shot will travel in the same line that your elastics are drawn back. So I'll line my elastics up, line my bands up with my target and release. A nice relaxed release. It's not an explosive movement. A couple of things you see guys doing is with their forks tilted like this or like this. Bad form, bad thing to get into. You've got one band stretched more than the other, one band is retracting quicker than the other, throwing the shot off. Another thing you see guys doing is an explosive movement. That's a bad thing to get into because it's inconsistent. You cannot consistently do the same thing every time, or you could get into the habit of you actually start doing that movement before you've let the ball go. All of a sudden your shot's way off. You're way off your target, or even worse, you're hitting your frame. Even worse again, you're going to hit your hand and injure yourself. Nice relaxed movement. Focus on your form, how you're performing the shot. Don't worry so much about hitting the target at the beginning, as long as you're keeping your form consistent, your stance consistent, your draw consistent, your aim time consistent, your release consistent. Hold that shot, hold that stance, evaluate your shot. Breathe, make sure and breathe. I like to exhale slowly upon release. Aiming through the forks, aim down the centre of the band. Aiming over the top, aim down the bands, place your target on the top corner. Find your reference point, find your anchor point. Once you start letting a few shots go, you'll start to know what I mean. A floating anchor, or semi-butterfly, that's full butterfly as they call a draw this length. You've got no reference as to where your anchor can be except gently touching your face with the bands the same place every time. Now I don't normally shoot that style and I don't find it as consistent. Some people shoot very well that way, but I recommend a fixed anchor to begin with. But you can draw back, look down the bands the same way, and let the shot go. Very easy. So, we'll go through a shot. Want to stand square onto our target or slightly open, whatever you choose, stick with it. Head tilt, the degree that you tilt your head every time has to be consistent. Keep your head upright, tilt it down ever so slightly, whatever. You don't want to be leaning too much because it's hard to consistently get that degree of lean, which will affect how you sight the shot in. So we want to stand, I like to stand square on, draw my catapult up, lower it down onto the target, place my target on my reference point, exhale slowly, and release. Easiest thing to do. I'm going to switch my camera angle now and I'm going to try and show you a bit better what I mean. Okay, sighting down the bands. This is how it's going to look when you draw your bands back. Under your dominant eye, reference point on the target. That's how it's going to look. Easy peasy. That projectile is following the path that the elastic is pointing in. Okay, this is how over the top looks. Nice thin line to aim down. Bang. See what I mean? Let's go up here. Easy peasy.